Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to The Bachelor latest news. The Bachelor Season 29, led by The Bachelorette Season 21 contestant Grant Ellis, was meant to help continue revitalizing the franchise, but instead struggled to connect with Bachelor Nation in a meaningful way, leading many to wonder what, if anything, will fix The Bachelor? Throughout The Bachelor Season 29, Grant's inability to lead the season came to a head more than once. After meeting Grant during The Bachelorette Season 21, he appeared like he could be a good fit for the lead of his own season, but there was a mixed reaction to him being selected as the next Bachelor. While some were dissatisfied with Grant as an option, others felt strongly that he was a great pick because of his emotional availability, which he'd put on display during Gen Trans season. While Grant had some difficulties that it was clear he needed to resolve, he was emotionally available and ready to find someone to move forward in life with, which was a great set of qualities for a Bachelor lead. Despite knowing that Grant may not be the best choice overall, he was ready, willing, and Bachelor Nation approved, so his season moved forward despite any potential fan reservations. Throughout The Bachelor Season 29, it was clear that Grant was struggling to find time with all of his contestants, though he wanted to get to know them to the best of his ability. Grant's relationship with Zoe McGrady, who was the most under-edited cast member of the season, was minimal throughout the season. While Zoe made it through the early eliminations in the beginning, it became strange to see her continuing on week after week, when viewers knew she wasn't getting individual time with Grant. When she made it Fantasy Suites, Bachelor Nation was confused, as was Zoe herself. Unfortunately for Zoe, the fact that she got little screen time kept her on the show far longer than she should have been, and ultimately wasted her time. While the show was airing, Zoe was vocal about how little screen time she received, even speaking up about the way Bachelor producers appeared to interfere with her ability to connect with Grant, sharing that the producers didn't give her enough time to get to know Grant, especially in their first ever one-on-one during hometowns where they did a silent yoga class. Zoe wasn't happy with the way Grant or the show treated her. Although Grant wound up finding a connection during his time on The Bachelor, one of the early connections he shared on the show left him wondering if he'd wind up alone after it crumbled. Grant and Rose Sumpy hit it off after meeting on opening night, especially as they chatted more after their initial meeting outside the Bachelor mansion. Grant and Rose had an easy rapport with one another, making it clear that they were going to continue checking in to see what was there between them. Rose struggled with Grant dating other women, but tried to hold it back. While Rose had some beef with fellow contestant Carolina Quixano, it came to a head when Carolina was outwardly physical with Grant in front of the other women, and Rose confronted him about it. Grant chose to reassure her, but when Rose relayed his words to Carolina, Grant had a hard time with the admission. After he admonished her in front of the other women for telling them something he'd shared with her privately, Rose found herself disconnected from the relationship. She chose to walk away, and despite hoping to fix their relationship, Grant let her walk away from him. As The Bachelor continued on, Grant felt like he was making headway in his relationships with a few women, including Juliana Pasquarosa and Licia Gare. From early on, Grant and Licia shared a special connection. The pair seemed to understand each other in a deep, meaningful way. And though they had a few cardinal differences, Grant was open with Licia about how much he cared for and loved her. Grant's consistent reassurances to Licia led many to believe he'd be choosing her in the end, but he shocked Bachelor Nation by letting her go during the heartbreaking final rose ceremony. When Licia learned that she was being broken up with rather than being proposed to, she didn't feel like she could hold her feelings back. Overwhelmed by the way Grant was treating her, Licia called him out and then left him behind, but revisited the issue during The Bachelor. After the final rose, where she let him in on exactly how she was feeling. Struggling with the way Grant had reassured her so firmly and consistently, it was clear that Licia was left heartbroken by Grant, who refused to own up to his feelings or his responsibility for hurting her. After a lackluster season where it was clear that Grant was struggling in his feelings for the duration, seeing him choose to propose to Juliana was a tough blow. While Grant and Juliana seemed to be a happy couple, it was clear that the show was leading Bachelor Nation in one direction, while Grant was feeling a completely different type of way. Grant and Juliana's relationship aside, it's clear that though he's happy with her, Juliana's struggling with the negative attention she's receiving from Bachelor Nation. After getting snippy with other Bachelor contestants, viewers are struggling to empathize with Juliana. Juliana, who's been talking about how she won the show and making her relationship with Grant into a prize to be earned rather than a loving connection, has been making it clear that she doesn't appreciate the backlash that viewers have had against Grant for leading Licia on. While Bachelor Nation is entitled to their opinions after watching the show, Juliana has been calling out cast members who have been siding with Licia, rather than relishing in her new relationship after The Bachelor. Grant choosing someone chaotic proves he's hardly ready to settle down, and is still looking for drama. While Grant and Juliana may be happy with each other now, the way Grant moved through The Bachelor made it clear that he wasn't actually looking for love. From his difficulties in connecting with Zoe, despite continuing to keep her around, to his decision to let Rose walk away despite their connection, and in the way he led Licia on, Grant's time as the lead was a struggle from the start. The series needs to invest in stronger leads, because even in choosing Juliana, Grant proved he's not looking for lasting love, but something that makes him feel good now. The Bachelor's Grant Ellis doubtlessly agonized between the final two women, but producers may have swayed this decision. Grant was met with 25 eager contestants vying for his heart. As a hopeless romantic with intentions of finding a forever partner, Grant struggled to eliminate the women. While he shared stronger connections with several contestants, the lead validated everyone's feelings and concerns. This made rejections all the more painful. As Grant approached the finale of The Bachelor Season 29, he was burdened with indecision. Two contestants remained, Juliana Pasquarosa and Licia Gare. He harbored love for both women but waited until the last second to make his decision. Grant, after continuously professing his love for Licia, chose Juliana. Licia was devastated. Grant's inability to decipher his feelings and manipulation of Licia raised red flags. However, I believe that the producers influenced this questionable decision. Grant was down to the wire when making this monumental decision. In the events leading up to the finale, he assuaged both of their concerns. Neither party had any doubts the leading man would propose, as Grant professed his love. Subsequently, the last elimination proved heartbreaking. While Grant struggled with this decision, the producers pushed him to the limit. In the confessional, when Grant asked for a moment, the team responded, "We do need to head out." This deadline was only imposed for entertainment reasons. Grant's mind wasn't made up when he reached Jesse Palmer outside of the proposal platform. The host did little to soften the blow as he pushed Grant to make a decision. Upon seeing Grant, Jesse said to him, "Both women are on their way here right now. I really need to know which one to send first." Jesse didn't intend to worsen the situation, but this strict shooting schedule pressured him equally. In an ideal scenario, Grant could have taken some time to consider his options more clearly. I believe if Grant received some leniency, he may have made a different decision. The lead seemed to have a stronger connection with Licia. Throughout the season, Grant continuously assured Licia he loved her and she was the one. He showed no shadow of a doubt in this conviction, so when Grant backed out of his promise on the proposal platform, Licia was understandably irate. In the Thunderdome, Licia would reveal his manipulation. The runner-up claimed that on the night before the proposal, she felt so sure of the commitment that she exclaimed, "We're getting engaged tomorrow." Rather than express his uncertainty, Grant told her that not only was he excited about the moment, but confessed his love for her. This behavior seems uncharacteristically cruel. On the other hand, Grant and Juliana seem to have reached a stagnant moment in their relationship. When Juliana went to visit his family, Grant's mother was unimpressed that Juliana couldn't express her love for him. Additionally, shortly before the proposal, Grant asked her if she felt ready for an engagement. Her response was lackluster, saying, "What I can at least promise you moving forward is that I will do my best to handle your heart with care." Grant and Juliana don't seem as prepared for the commitment. Licia knew what she wanted. His sudden change of heart and proposal to Juliana hints at Grant's deadline may have impacted his final decision. Although Grant seemed to be in emotional turmoil, this high-intensity, last-minute, dramatic reveal made great television. I would argue that most audiences were shocked to see Grant drop Licia after weeks of assuaging her. In the Thunderdome, several Bachelor alumni were invited back for expertise. These stars were especially relevant as they similarly struggled to make the final decision. The Golden Bachelor's Jerry Turner had some pertinent comments. Jerry indicated that the show fosters a confusing environment where leads can fall in love with multiple partners. This remark may have hinted at some integral issues with the process. Grant could have been set up for failure. While Grant may have heavily considered both women, his final decision seemed too dramatic to be authentic. I think producer interference played a role in the outcome of The Bachelor season 29. Licia seemed to be Grant's best match, but he and Juliana shared a strong connection as well. Either way, Grant will have some explaining to do. Only time will tell if Juliana can look past his blunders. The Bachelor season 29 couple, Juliana Pasquarosa and Grant Ellis, reached a new milestone in their relationship as she introduced him to some very important people in her life. Juliana, a 28-year-old client service associate from Newton, Massachusetts, and Grant, a now 31-year-old day trader from Newark, New Jersey, got engaged at the end of The Bachelor season 29, after a very dramatic finale during which Grant was torn between Juliana and runner-up Licia Gare. However, since the show ended, they've been very happy together, and they even shared that they went on their first dinner date after coming out of hiding. In an Instagram story, Juliana revealed that Grant had visited her at work and met her co-workers. She shared a photograph of herself, Grant, and her co-workers posing together and smiling. Juliana captioned the picture, "Bring your hubby to work day was fun." She also wrote, "Supportive co-workers turned family." The company where Juliana works, Winthrop Wealth, also documented the event with an Instagram post. It had the caption, "Donut Thursdays really bring the crew together. Welcome to the family at Grantellis." The fact that Juliana brought Grant to meet her coworkers means that she wanted him to meet the most important people in her life. During her hometown date, he met many of her beloved family members, and now she's introduced him to another group of people who mean a lot to her. As Juliana and Grant continue to navigate their relationship in the real world, they'll be more a part of each other's everyday lives. So it's important that they get to know the people who are closest to them. I think that it's adorable that Juliana captioned her post, "Bring your hubby to work day." It's reminiscent of when she'd call him boyfriend during The Bachelor season 29. By referring to Grant as her boyfriend and then her husband before either one of those things were really true, Juliana was showing that she saw a future with Grant. She takes their relationship very seriously, and he does too, which I believe is a great sign that their engagement really will lead to marriage someday. I'm also happy to see that everyone in Juliana's life who meets Grant, from her family to her coworkers, seem to really love him. Her family had no reservations about him and welcomed him with open arms. Grant has said that it was Juliana's hometown date when he really started to think that she could be the one for him. I hope that Juliana and Grant's love continues to grow, and that it will last forever. This gossip is over. If you like the video, then give your opinion in the comment box and stay with us by subscribing the channel. Thank you.